You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Fraternity Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 85. Today is December 24th, 2022. Holy shit, it is Christmas Eve. Happy Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. Woke up with something on my mind today, so I decided to come on. And I actually been thinking about recording a podcast, but I don't have the. I'm not that I don't have the time. I have plenty of time. It's just I don't know what to talk about. And one day my Uncle Roy came over and he was like, "You always have stories, man." Because I told him I think I was done talking about my life, and I just told him a story about something else that day, and he's like, "Dude, you always have stories. You just gotta do it." And I told Officer Ricky that I kind of want to start doing this on a weekly basis again, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, today I just wanted to come on and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and then just talk about something that I got to get off my chest, and it will never get off my chest because the problem will never get solved. And here it goes. So recently, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the people's champion, went to a local 7-Eleven where he used to steal a Snickers bar every day for like a whole year. He would walk into a 7-Eleven and steal a candy bar, and because they grew up poor, and he stole this candy bar every day for a year because he would use it as he said it was like a pre-workout. So he would go and steal it. Sorry. So recently he went back and he purchased every single sneaker bar in that store, and he purchased items for customers that were in the store, and he left all the sneakers there. And he said that it's been bothering him for a long time that he hasn't gone back to do the right thing. And it got me thinking about something that I always wake up wondering, why haven't you done the right thing? Or in my case, it's kind of hard because I can't find the individual that I did wrong to. And so here we go. Let's go back to 1993. Oh, I'm gonna go back, guys. 1993, we move again, and I have to start at a brand new store. I'm sorry, a brand new school. Don't know anybody. I think I was in I'm gonna say the 4th or 5th grade, maybe the 5th grade, and I'm walking into a brand new school with brand new faces, and just starting all over again. And you're looking at this. You guys can't see me, but I am a really light Mexican dude. Light skin, colored eyes. So I walk into this school this class for the first time, and right before they let us out to go to recess, this kid comes up to me and he's struggling to speak in English, and he said, you want to play soccer? And me being the sarcastic asshole that I've been since day one, I respond with "¿Qué?" Such a dick move. But the kid was excited to understand, to know that I spoke Spanish, because he was struggling to speak English. And the reason why is because my mother always put me in not bilingual classes, but mainly Spanish classes, and which explains why I can write in Spanish better compared to English. So, because after that, after I hit junior high, she hardly ever sent me to school. So I meet this kid comes up to me and he approaches me. He wants to go, I want to play soccer, and during recess, and so him and I became really close in the 5th grade, or whatever grade this was in. And he was like, my BFF forever. And so this was actually the only kid that I actually ever went to school I actually went to his house. Like, I've never gone to friends' houses. I mean, before him, I had a friend that I went to school in the fourth grade that I lived next door. So we were, that's not the same thing. When you have two different territories, it's he walks east to go home, I walk west. So it's like, yeah, I actually was able to, go to his house and stuff. So he was a cool kid to me. Fast forward, a few years later, I obviously we moved. Well, not years later, but again we moved, and I have to start at a new school, and I lose contact with this kid. Back then, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, no cell phones, and our walkie-talkies didn't reach as far, So I lost contact with this kid. So we fast forward to, I don't know, 2003 maybe, 2002, 2003, and I'm in college now. I'm in Oxnard College, and this individual comes up to me. He pulls up in this, I don't know, 1975 Mustang. To me, it was like, holy shit, that's the car right there. And the individual gets out of the car and he's like, Andres. And mind you, in 2003, no one called me Andres, because after junior high, everybody just stuck to Andy. Andy, Andy, Andy. So the first reaction was, okay, if he's calling me Andres, that means this guy knows me from, a long time ago. And like, what's up, man? And he's like, Andres, dude, you don't remember me? I'm like, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be honest. No, I don't. I'm so sorry. He's like, I'm Danny from Curran. I'm like, oh no shit. So it was like fucking like reunion. It was awesome just bumping into this kid again. And he would come by the house again, and we started doing the same things that we did when we were kids, man. He would but now we have cars, Now he has a car. He'd come pick me up, and we go play soccer at the soccer again, man. We go play soccer at the beach, because that was his, like workout, and running on sand is a bitch. So he he came around again, and he was a cool friend again. And even my college friends, female friends, were like, dude, who's your friend? I'm like, but what, man? Like, whatever. See that, Danny? You're taking all the fucking attention. And so yeah, no, he was a cool dude, and sadly one day, I say sadly, one day my mom is like, hey, can you ask your friend for, $100, because whatever reason, because that's the one thing she always did, was borrow money from people. So I was like, I mean, I guess I can ask him, and hey Dan, can I, sorry to bother you, bro, but can I borrow $100, because mom needs diapers for the little one, or because back then it was I think Chris was in diapers, so diapers and whatever bullshit excuse I gave him. And I say bullshit because it's probably a bullshit excuse. And no hesitation. Yeah, Brian, no problem. Don't worry about it, man. Boom. Okay, whenever you can. And the thing about that is that you never pay back. And the fuck, dude. Like, I borrowed money from my friend, and he wasn't the first person I borrowed money from. I mean, in school, I had a friend of mine, Christina, that I borrowed $50 from, and when I reached out years later as an adult and I found her on Instagram or Facebook, hey man, I still owe you those $50, and she said, don't worry about it. What? Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay. That wasn't the case with my buddy Danny. And so we're gonna fast forward like maybe a year later. I finally move out from my mom's house, and I'm now in a relationship with the mother of my kids, and I bounced, and oh, that was Luna. Luna, say hi. And I reach out to him again, and I'm like, hey man, we need somewhere to crash for the night, and we have nowhere to stay, and can I because when I left, it wasn't I didn't have somewhere to go. I didn't have my place. I just fuck it up and left, And yeah, again, no hesitation. And let me borrow another $100. And then so back then I was working, so I actually had a paycheck coming in. Before I was in school, I wasn't working. And yeah, no problem, man. So I think 3 weeks later, I got paid, and I went and gave him the first, the original, the second $100 that he didn't borrow, and he asked me, he's like, hey, what about the other 100? And I responded, because back then, I gotta remind you guys, back then I was irresponsible. I wasn't, like I said in my trailer of the podcast, I wasn't the greatest individual around. I was a piece of shit, because that's how I was raised, and that's how I was like to see things. And that's why I'm very cautious with my kids and what I teach them and what I tell them to do. And because I don't want them to be in their 20s the same way that I was, a prick. I was an asshole. And it took for me, sorry, here we go again. It took for me to hit my 30s and to be like, wait, this is not the person that you need. The more you act like this person, like if you don't get your shit together, you're going to be fucked. So my response was like, well, that's my mom's problem. That's not my problem. But in reality, it was, because I'm the face. I'm the one that went to go ask him for the original $100. And so after that, I honestly, I lost contact with him. It's like pretty much he wiped our friendship away. Like he took that as a disrespect, and I'm not, and I don't blame him. I don't fucking blame him. And ever since The Rock, not ever since, because when I got locked, when I ended up in jail for the second time, I was in there for 5 months, and he came to mind, not to bail me out, not to borrow money, nothing. This was back in 2006. This was like 2 years later after we stopped talking. I sent him a letter to his house, and I never heard anything from him. Never got a response, nothing. So okay, cool. Then it's like what The Rock said. He said that it haunted him for a while. Like every once in a while, he would get this dreams or memory or reminder. It haunted him. So this is what I'm going with this. It haunts me, because it still does. A few years later it goes by, and I was unemployed for 2.5 years. So, one day I got a job, and it was the KFC, and it involved me living in the south end of Oxnard, and the new KFC was in the north end of Oxnard. He lived somewhere in the north, and one day I detoured and I went through the block where he lived on, and I stopped by, and I think his mom was there, and I said, Senora, I'm looking for your son Danny, and I and I vented to her. I'm like, I owed him some money, and I think because of that he's not speaking to me, and I want to pay him back. And I left her my phone number, which is the same one that I have now. Is I've had this number for over 10 years, and now 12 years, and I never got a call. So, years go, another few months go by, a year goes by, and I hit up our friend Hugo that we went to go play soccer with at the beach, and hey bro, have you heard from Danny? I really want to get in touch with him, and I don't know if the guy I don't know if Danny told Hugo, fuck Andres, and because Hugo didn't seem to want to help me find our friend. So that's just my assumptions. I shouldn't assume, but that's how I took it at the time. And then again, months go by, a year goes by, and I think about Danny. And I'm like, fuck, and I'm searching for him on Facebook. I found people that he has on his Facebook that are related to him, and this says cousin on there, verified a cousin. I hit him up, and I'm, hey man, I'm looking for your cousin Danny. My name's Andres. Sorry to bother you. Can you please give him my number? Nothing. Now we're talking. I'm in my fucking. I'm 40. This is already. Wow, what are we talking about? 19 years ago, 18 years ago, and it still bothers me. I recently woke up and about a month ago, maybe I'm gonna say 2 months ago, I woke up 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep, and I'm doing the best that I can to find Danny again on Instagram, on Facebook. I go on Google, I type in his address, because I still know his address. You'll never forget 420. I'm not gonna say the rest of it, but 420, and and I'm looking for this guy, find his full name, and I find the internet has so many things, guys. Just saying, you just gotta search. You just gotta fucking search. And I even hit up my buddy Mr. Tossing, the PI guy, and my Mr. Secret Agent man. I hit him up. I'm like, hey man, can you? I have this name and number, and I have this name. I wonder if you can help me find him. But homeboy moved to Sacramento, so there's not much you can do for Sacramento. And but yeah, it does bother me. So I see where the Rock's coming from, like why it would haunt him. And yes, it haunts me because in a way I want to restore this friendship. And in a way I did him wrong. That's where I'm going with this. I did him wrong. And now I grow up and now I know as an adult, you now that I'm, I feel like I'm a different person. I always, there came a point where now people are asking me to borrow money. And I don't hesitate. I don't hesitate because people were there for me. And it felt good. It felt good to lend them money. Now, whether I get it back or not, that's also the exception. That's also the accepting part of lending people money, that you're not going to get it back, because I did that to people. And I don't want to, I don't know. Like I said, this with Danny, it does. I see what The Rock said again. I'm repeating myself, but yeah, it does haunt me, and it does bother me that maybe I'm gonna have Officer Ricky run a name search. Just kidding. It does bother me that I feel our friendship ended over money, and I think that's the part that haunts me, the ending the friendship. Because I have a buddy of mine. His name's Luis, and I met him when I was in junior high. We were next door neighbors, and we were all into wrestling. We had a ring in the back. We lived in this complex building, apartment complex, and it wasn't all in the safe area, man. It was pretty nasty. It was a pretty ugly area. For those of you that know in Oxnard, that know Jane Drive or Puesto del Mar, yeah, that area is fucking crazy. And we had a wrestling ring in the backyard, in the back of the, like, all the beat up mattresses and shit. And one day I was mad at him because he fucking speared me in front of his sister, and I was all embarrassed and shit. And like, fucking dude, man, your sister was right there. And I fucking hit the ground hard. Like, we went off the mattresses and onto the fucking dirt. Anyways, as adults, he every time I needed someone to bail me out, he was there. No matter how much money I already owed him, he was there. Hey, Luis, sorry to bother you, bro, but I'm fucking sleeping in my car right now, and can I borrow some money? Luis never said no. Never said no. And so I said, what the fuck, dude? I think I racked up a bill of $1,200 with this kid, but he would never say no. So one day he hit me up. I was working at Walmart, and he hit me up. He was working at this job that he worked for forever, and I think something went south, and he asked me, he's like, hey man, can you get me in? And fuck yeah, dude, fuck yeah, I can. And I got him in, and he started working at Walmart. And then one day he asked me for a favor too, and I'm like, I didn't hesitate. Let's go. I don't have cash on me, but I can buy whatever it is you want to buy with my credit card. Let's go. And then we had a conversation. I told him, like, hey man, I still owe you that money, bro, and I living paycheck to paycheck, and now I have custody of my kids, and I don't think that I forgot. And that's the one thing that I want to ensure, that I wish Danny knew, that I never forgot. And I told Luis, and because I have multiple friends, Luis. I have a lot of them, and Luis and Chris for some reason. And I'm like, Luis, I never forget, bro. I never forgot. It's just right now I got full custody of my kids, and I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And my mother-in-law lent me a nice hefty chunk to get custody of these kids, and I have to pay her back. And his response was, you got me a job and we're even. I'm like, and at the time, I'm like, oh shit. Like, are you serious, man? Like, he goes, we're even, bro. He told me straight out, we're even. I'm like, fuck. But I don't feel we're even, you know? I don't feel we're even. I feel that I need to still repay this man his $1,000. Cause I gave him some. I did every time he hit me up when he wasn't working, I would pull it out of my ass, and I couldn't tell him no, you know? I can't tell him no when he never told me no. So I was like, babe, fuck it, we're selling the cat because I need to give money to Luis. And what? I'm selling the cat. I'm selling the cat. And you know, I never told him no. And but I feel like I need to, regardless of what he said, I feel like I need to reimburse him for his $1,000. You know, I have to. You know, hold on, I don't know why this happens. I didn't even drink coffee today, or yet. I'm freezing in my garage. I even turned off the heater. And so, you know, I have recently another friend named Luis. The friend of Luis that let me sleep in his kitchen floor. Not in his kitchen floor, I'm sorry. He put a bed. My friend that put a bed in his kitchen for me to have somewhere to sleep. He recently asked me, hey man, do you remember you still owe me $300? And due to the fact that, due to the times and shit, what I was going through, and you know, being homeless and not having a job, and I honestly don't remember. I honestly don't remember borrowing money from him. But that's something that it's also been bothering me lately. It's like, no, I gotta reimburse these guys. I have to. You know, I was looking at I just recently finished paying off the $7,500 to my mother-in-law, because that's how much money she helped me with to get custody of my kids. And it took 8 fucking years. I've been in this family for 10 years as of 2 days ago. Well, no, not really. It was the 24th. So what was the 17th? 7 days ago? 7 days ago, a week ago, the wife and I hit our 10-year mark. And it took me 8 years to pay back my mother-in-law the $7,500. So now that I have that, there we go again. So sorry, guys. I'm probably gonna find a way to edit all this shit out. Now that I have, no, probably not. It takes forever. Now that I'm a little bit more, sorry, there we go again. You know, something always happens when I'm like, okay, cool, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna pay him, and I'm gonna go give him that, and something happens. Always, is it how life always happens? Like, my car took a shit. Well, now I had to go get a car because I need my car to go to work. You know, then, okay, cool. I have an extra $500 in my bank now because I live paycheck to paycheck. You know, the wife, you guys see me at Disneyland, or you guys see me at Knott's Berry Farm or on vacation. That's all the wife. That's the wife. That's, you know, Knott's Berry Farm, that's a free ticket from the morning show I listen to. So we don't pay for that. You know, but Disneyland, I actually won 2 tickets. I actually won a raffle, a kid's school raffle, and went to Disneyland with $20. So, you know, I know sometimes you know, everyone sees, oh, Andres having a good life and shit, and you're probably thinking, motherfucker, you still owe me money? You're having a good time and you owe me money? I think that's where I'm going with Danny. I think Danny saw the same thing, and Danny was like, fuck this guy. And yeah, no, you know, it's like, no, I told her, I as a man, like, here's the thing though, like, when you're unemployed and broken and don't have a job and you're homeless, when you have a job and you have a home and you have your custody and you're married and you have your kids, as a man, it's my responsibility. Okay, Luna, shut it, Luna. It is my responsibility to take care of the house. So the rent, well, the wife pays house me with $500, but that's it. The electric bill, the gas, you know, the car insurance, everything. I pay for every bill, and sometimes, like, she'll tell me, hey, let's go here. ¿Sabes qué, cabrona? That's on you. He said, really? I'm like, well, we just got paid. I'm like, I know we just got paid. But I only kept $19 to my name. What? Yeah, I only kept $19 to my name. So she's like, oh, shit, okay. Sorry. Okay, all right. It's on me. Don't worry about it. And so, yeah, I have to, like I said, now that I made that big payment paid off, and like I said, oh no, I was saying, yeah, I got thrown out. Something always happens, right? So one day I have $500. I'm like, fuck yeah, I have $500. Oh motherfucker! I took a red light. I took a fucking red light, and there goes my $500. So something always happens, and I don't know if it always works out that way, but I always get fucking caught up, and something always happens. So it's not that I'm avoiding this. Trust me, this stuff does bother me, and it does haunt me, and it does remind me, hey puto, people were nice to you. Well, why is Luna barking? Who is she talking to? You don't see how Luna? Um, that's why now I don't hesitate to borrow, to lend. You know, if I have it, I have it. You know, there was a good time where I was getting a nice incentive checks, and you know, I get a buddy of mine to hit me up, and he's like, hey man, hey dude, I just need it till Friday, man. Fuck yeah, dude, no problem. You know, a buddy of mine hit me up, hey man, I'm short rent, $300. Here you go, bro. Only because it's sitting in my account. I can't say I don't have it because it's sitting in my account, and it feels good. You know, one of my, you know, the guy till Friday, always on point, always on point. Friday morning, I wake up, and then boom, so and so has settled you the money. Full, cool, all right, cool. Then I know I can trust this guy. But even if I were to, even if I once I lend it to him, my mind is I'm never gonna see it again. But you know, that's just like I said, that's just how I am now. It's like I don't mind because I know that people have been there for me, and Luis was there for me. Actually, both Luises were there for me. So I want to do the right thing, and maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but income tax is on the way. You know what I mean? Income tax, I'm gonna pay them off, and I just back to Danny. I don't know, man. I don't know how to get a hold of this guy, and I don't know how to tell him I'm sorry that I was a piece of shit friend, but I don't want to, you know. Sorry, I lost a friendship for the past 18 years over $100. You know, it's not worth it. Money is not worth losing friends. And you know, I have friends that I've loaned money to and I never saw it back, but I'm not gonna end a friendship over $300, $400. I'm not, because I know how much it hurts me that this guy gave up on me, and maybe that definitely wasn't my, it should have been my response. That's not my problem, but because yes, it was my problem, and like I said, it does haunt me, and I like I said, I go back to what The Rock did, and I I wish I knew where Danny was, and again, tell him I'm sorry, and that here's your money if that's what he wants, you know, because back then I was a piece of shit individual, and I think I'm not perfect, but I know that I've gone a lot better, and I mean, here I am fucking giving people advice. It's only money, you know. It's only money. Money comes and goes, and I don't know. I don't know. I just ching out. I gotta find a way to stop this, man. I don't know, look at that. How many times have I coughed or cleared my throat? But anyways, just wanted to come on here, guys, and just share the quick little story. Like Uncle Roy says, you have stories, man. They're there. You just gotta find them. And yeah, this one, I'm gonna steal this one from The Rock. And yeah, I need to do the right thing, and I need to find this guy somehow and tell him sorry and hand him over his $100 if that's what it is, you know. But thank you guys for letting me vent and listening to my shenanigans. And till next time, I'm trying to do this more often. But in the meantime, thank you guys for riding with me.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.